She's my best friend.
Hello, you guys.
Welcome.
To another exciting episode of Feel It Real Fun on our 15th of October 2020.
My God, she is just jumping right in.
Yep.
Oh my God.
Jumping.
Because we're jumping.
And it's your manifesting questions answered live, the show we all love.
Because answering them dead sucks. Let's just be really honest.
You keep saying that.
But it's true. I mean, like we talked about the dead band versus the live band. I mean,
dead band versus live band.
That's right.
That's right. So go to freeneville.com.
221 email
Subscribe
list.
to the 221 email list and get a pseudo-random email every single day until you die.
Right. No, we're not doing that. Dream Driven Day. The doors are open. Tell them about it, Victoria.
Dream Driven Day. The doors are officially open for November.
It starts November the 8th, right?
November
for those
8th.
who want to know, right? But here's the thing. I can promise you, Joe Weldon was first. I can promise you, if you dick around to like November the 10th and say, hey, can I join? You won't get in. If you dick around to November the 1st, you probably won't get in, right? In all seriousness, right? There's a habit called dicking around, and there's a result called, well, it's a state called dicking around. See, Zuli's here and says hi. She's done Triple D more than once, right?
And
in remarkable, Larissa, right? Larissa.
Yeah,
yep. Boom.
Yes, she's done DDD.
So you get all these cool Triple D people are here. Why are they here, right? Remarkable people are here as well. Alessandra, welcome to the show.
That's why they're here.
That's right. Triple D, Terry Morris. Anyway,
yes.
Triple D, the doors are open. Go sign up now. Save some money. Join in the fun or dick around. But anyway. Look at Joe Weldon. He's tagging all the cool kids.
And for refunds, visit our YouTube channel, feelitrealfun.com.
That's right.
Yes.
So, Victoria.
Yes.
Look at the lovely people. I believe that was
And
Zuli that just
hearts.
gave us some love.
Yeah.
All right. I'll look at Lisa. She's tagging the awesome Mary.
We're going to dive in because we're getting a new fridge door today.
That's right.
And I said after 11.
That's right. Don't fucking show up before. We will hurt you.
Yes.
That's right.
First question's from Mary in Manifesting Mastery. Do things sometimes get worse before ...
No, Mary gives us a really cool update. So,
Okay.
So just go in. Go for it, Victoria. Yep. Boom.
Hello, Mr. 2020 in Victoria.
Yo.
I had a fun thing happen.
Me too.
My husband and I ordered flowers to take to a party as a hostess gift. And the florist sent me an additional bouquet to my home free of charge, just because. Oh, lovely. It was such a nice surprise. Then I realised that I'd written down a page of sentences after doing your homework one day, and one of them was, fun surprises happen to me all the time. I don't know if this is actually the wish fulfilled, but it feels like it to me.
Okay, let's just nail that. Ready? But it feels like it. Now, here's the cool thing. You never have to write anything down, right? You never got to make a list. But what happens is you moved into the feeling of something, and that feels like a win to me.
The feel of fun.
Yeah, exactly. And that's why we call the show Feel It Real Boring, or Feel It Real Slowly, or Feel It Real Serious, right? We call the show Feel It Real Fun because when you get, you know what, spontaneous, fun, natural, me. Whenever you feel that, that's what you give life to. And it's like, oh, cool. Here's a, bonus flowers. So consider it a win. Give yourself the credit, not even what you wrote down, and not even the homework. The homework, the little exercises, by the way, in Triple D and MM and so on, they're all designed to help you notice you. So you made a difference in your day. What was the little quote there? Fun surprises happen to me all the time. In other words, you're expecting them not someday.
But yeah, they just happen all
the time, right? Yeah, like I have people be nice to me all the time.
Yeah. Hello, Dragana and Stella Jim.
Boom. So now we get to the question.
Now Mary goes on with, I was wondering, do things sometimes get worse before they get better when doing this course? I actually noticed the majority of my relationships improving, but then one seemed to really take a nosedive. Overall, good things are happening every day, actually, and I'm grateful. Thank you, Mary.
Cool. Mary, I hope you do Triple D sometime. If not now, next year when we offer it in May or whatever, March,
I think it
right?
was, yeah.
But here's the cool thing. Ready? You're already exploring at the chunk size that we find works delightfully. Right? Now get how cool this is, because good things are happening every day, actually. You've shifted. You're expecting that, right?
Yeah.
And that's what you're getting, right?
Yeah.
Now, the thing about worse, now here's a little Triple D insight. Again, this is a Triple D show, because we want you to sign up for dreamdrivenday.com, right?
Yes.
Now, here's the cool thing. These things sometimes get worse before they get better. Here's one thing I notice. Write this down. Different is better than better. And when you start imagining differently, things get different. That's it. And what's cool about that is when you stop sorting for better or worse, you stop looking like wondering if something around the corner is going to bite you. So there's what we call the lizard brain. Paul MacLean made this up. I find it pretty useful. The lizard brain is concerned about getting eaten or eating something, right? So it's just, it always wants to go, or it wants to avoid being what gets, right? There's the mammal brain, which is like, it's into like fellowship and status, like where do I fit in the pack? There's the human brain, which is all about extrapolation and all sorts of funness, what we can like sort of like put together. But here's the cool thing. Different is better than better. When you start imagining anything different, you experience different.
Different shows up. Yeah.
And sometimes, something may appear to get worse before it gets better, but I can tell you, just give life to the lovely, and you'll keep getting more and more different kinds of lovely. So, that's what I got. And when you're ready, join us in dreamdrivenday.com. 30 people, 30 days of play, 3. Just go check it all out, dreamdrivenday.com. All right. So,
okay.
Victoria.
Excellent. So that was for Mary and Manifesting Mastery. Thank you very much for your question, Mary.
Course.com. That's right.
Manifesting Mastery course.com. That's right.
All right.
The next question's from Mabel via email.
Mabel.
I never got married. Mabel asks, so I'm exploring revision of marrying my husband. We've been separated for 7 years, but still married. Instead of wishing or doing a feel it real scene, imagining I'm married to someone else, I'd like to just not be married. How can I revise?
All righty. Taters. I just revised yesterday. Or revised that, it was the easiest split up ever. Yep, that was fun, we're done. And get on with things. Like revising not getting married, to me that sounds like it's going to be a challenge about so long ago to get something that'll be ongoing.
Well, it's just, I'd like to just not be married. Like, I guess she's not saying that I don't want to never have gotten married ever in my past. Just like right now, I'd like to just not be married.
Right.
So, go to the divorce courts. I mean, if you don't want to be married, don't be married. That's what I see it as.
Yep.
I don't know. Maybe I've got that wrong, Mabel, but yeah.
No, you're heading where I'm heading.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which is make it about your day.
Yeah.
What's it really about this? The 7 years. See, notice anytime you get into a time frame like 7 years ago, I had me some taters. It's like.
Yeah, we watched Sling Back last night. Yeah.
Sling Blade.
Oh, Sling Blade.
Yep.
Yes.
As soon as you start going there, it gets really weird and complicated and sort of strung out. Yeah. On the other hand, it's like, right, what do you want in your day? What don't you want? Can you honestly, I've brought this up before, could you imagine me having a job? Look at me, right? Imagine if I got one of them jobs, especially in Australia, that we call them essential workers. Yeah, it's essential that you work, so you got to get the job, right? And it's like, rightio. I mean, you couldn't get me to get a haircut, right? You couldn't get me to not take a nap at 2 PM. You know what I mean? It's like, and you want me to what? Yeah. So, what do you have room for in your day? If you don't have room for being separated, stop being separated. Do you honestly believe you'll be separated tomorrow? Yeah. This is where I'd play. Only let into your day what you choose to have into your day. And just watch what happens. Just watch what happens. Because if you're imagining he's dragging his feet or you're waiting for him,
Yeah.
versus what do you want in your day? It's only about your day. Only about your day. Like I said, could you imagine me having a job? Like, I don't have room in my day for it.
No.
I'll squeeze it in for like 3 to 3:30.
Yeah, and then I need my nap.
yeah, unless I sleep
And
in.
the hot tub.
Yeah, I mean, I've got room for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But notice again how this fits into the chunk size of day. Always make it about your day. DreamDrivenDay.com. And yep. And if you want to be swinging and single. All right.
Yeah.
So I think you notice how it works into the. We got 2 laughs out of that one. Thank you, Lisa. Or it's one person.
Lisa.
One person laughing twice. All right.
Good one, Lisa.
Could you imagine me dating?
Dating?
We're gonna go for some taters.
God. All right. Excellent. So that was for Mabel via email. Thank you very much for your question, Mabel. The next question's from Maya from easymanifestingmethods.com.
Notice how I snuck that in?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah. Just amazing.
Aren't you? And we've titled it PTSD and Manifesting.
Yes.
Maya asks, hi TTMV. I'm super excited to dive into PTSD-free material, and I've already read the first experiment. And now I'm not sure if I should continue using Neville's tools or just drop everything until I go through all 90 days of PTSD-free. Please help. Thank you so much for everything you're doing, Maya.
All right. So here's the fun thing. Ready? You can't stop using the tools. Right? All day long, every day. You're always revising. You bring up something from the past, and you either imagine it
like, whoa,
you're gooder than it was,
get out of my
better
head.
than it was.
Yeah.
If only they made taters like they did when I was a kid.
Oh, God,
they used real beef tallow. They did. Think about that. They used liquid cow.
Oh God! Don't. I won't eat any taters now.
Oh my God, no! That's when they were good and good for you, right? Yeah, they started using shit oils, but anyway.
Yes.
Right? But you're always using the tools. Here's the thing: no matter what, you're always like remembering something about the past, either in a good way or a bad way, whatever. You're always imagining like somebody either like coming down on you because you said the F word or you talked about liquid cow, right? or you're imagining something like that's when he's a genius, talks about liquid cow. You get it? So here's the thing: the tools that we teach, which come right from Neville's teachings, you're doing them all day, every day anyway. Yeah. The only reason we suggest playing with them is like why Neville said to play with them. That way you get competent. That way you're always exploring them, right? So continue with PTSD free. It's a cool little $7 ebook. I think it's what we sell it for. Maybe $12. I don't remember anymore.
$7. Well, it was. Yeah.
So let's assume it's $7 just for the fun of it. If you paid 12, good for you.
Good on ya.
Whiskey, liver treats, flowers for
liver
victory.
treats for the dogs.
And so on. But you can't stop feeling it real. So definitely play with the tools. Yeah. And again, watch this. Ready? People always get in trouble whenever they think in terms other than their day. Well, for the next 90 days, should I just do this? Remember, we're bringing it back to day. Every day. DreamDrivenDay.com. Every day you're playing with what we do in that course. Every day you're playing with the tools in the toolbox. Every day. You can't help it. Whenever you get like all those little cool lessons in Dream Driven Day about rejection and demolition and stretching and soaring and the little rat and all that stuff, it's like you cannot escape doing any of this ever, and that's the cool thing, because the more ways you can play in any day, the more play you get. Oh, Gaza's sharing a link. Love you, Gaza.
Cool, excellent. So that was for Maya.
I have to put a sketch up of my mouse.
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, is that today?
No, that was a couple days ago.
All right.
Yes.
So that was for Maya. Thank you very much for your question, Maya.
Yes.
So I've got E-Dog on my lap, so if I'm acting a bit weird, you understand why.
Yes. Because he's
Joe does.
E-Dog. Hi, buddy. It's E-Dog. How about a kiss?
I know.
How about a kiss from the E-Dog?
No.
All right, not today.
The next question's from Anthony in Dream Driven Day.
Billy Bob drops.
Manifesting the morning after. Anthony asks, how do I get the girl in my bed?
Cool. So I'm assuming you want this daily based upon prior conversations that we've had about this.
Daily, the girl in the bed.
Yeah, so you want to, so you could have Little Miss Wednesday, Little Miss Thursday.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
But how do you get the girl in the bed? Here's what I'm going to ask. What do you want different about your day with that? Because there's something you want different. I mean, it could be, and I'm not talking about manifesting up a middle, but like one of the things that I notice, like if I'm working with people that want to do internet marketing, and it's like, well, I can't build a business, right? And they're trying to imagine up a business and so on. And when they get into something like dreamdrivenday.com, and we get to the lessons on rejection, they get, oh my God, the reason I won't build a business is because I'm afraid they'll reject me. It's all great in concept. I've got a great concept, but I won't actually put it in a program and market it because I'm afraid of rejection. But once they kill rejection, for example.
Yeah.
So, and Anthony's joining us again in Dream Driven Day.
Oh, good on you, Anthony.
So.
Yeah, I can totally get how it's like maybe something like the feeling of home, really, with the same woman in your bed, in your life.
Or different. Yeah, whatever you want. Yep.
Nice. Okay, good one, Anthony.
Cool. And watch how we weave it in with the other ones, too.
Okay.
Joe Weldon says, sling blade.
Sling blade.
Yep.
Does he? No, he doesn't.
No, he says hose.
He says hose.
Yeah, that's a different tool.
That's a different girl.
Yeah.
All right. The next question's from Anita on Facebook.
Where the hell's
Blocked imagination.
Oh, my God. I love this one.
Anita asks, what do you do when it seems your good imagination is blocked? Like no problem imagining bad, but imagining good can be difficult.
Cool. I didn't have a chance, Anita, to see if you've done manifestingmasterycourse.com.
Yes.
But this is really cool. Because in there, in that first week, we explore how you set meanings up. And this goes right into there, because all day long you're imagining not only what's happening in your life, how it's happening in your life, the meanings that you give to it. I mean, I said something to Victoria earlier, and she said something back, and I thought, whoa, wait a second, like you're making me wrong. And she said, no, I'm not. And I realized, yeah, I'm adding meaning in. Let me add a little more, right? So it's like, but at any time, you can imagine up stuff that creates static. And at any time, you can drop that. And that's the cool thing, because you're imagining up, quote unquote, good things every day. Like I'm imagining up lovely conversations with Victoria every day. And when her lips move, if I'm imagining it means something bad, that's how I'll experience it. So the meaning of the communication is always determined by the listener. Right?
Yes.
So this is what's really fun, because when you get that, it's like, right, so I'm good at imagining good, I'm bad at imagining bad.
No, the other way around.
Yeah, I know. It gets confusing. It doesn't.
Okay, got you.
Right?
Yes.
So we know you're good at imagining something, right?
Yes.
But here's again what it comes down to. Again, very early in Triple D in the first week, I believe, different is better than better. Just play with imagining different. And here's the cool thing. Because if you're going, I'm good at bad, I'm bad at good, I'm good at good, I'm bad at bad, I'm something like that, just go sit. You could just take a little chair. What do we call them things? Chairs. Chair. Take your chair up to the road with some titers.
Sling blade. Just dragged it across the floor.
Yeah, just drag your chair across the floor up the driveway and sit it down at the top of the driveway.
Next to Carl. Right.
And when cars go by, just imagine them different colors. Because there's no good color and bad color. It's like yellow just cars are bad, right? It just is, right? So just go imagine up some different. Right? If you're going down the road and you see some guy gimping along and he's gimping with his right leg, imagine him gimping with his left leg instead. I mean, like seriously. I mean, there are some days where it's like my thing hurts, and if it's like, oh, my other thing hurts. Right? I mean, that's called progress. It's called different. It's called fun. So that's where I'd play. Just go imagine up different things for different people. Imagine anything different just for fun, and you'll discover you're good at giving life to different. So always take off the labels good and bad, right or wrong, all that stuff. Like Anthony, he might want Miss Right or Miss Right now. Victoria's leaning toward Miss Right. Same moment in the bed. I'm leaning toward Miss Right now. Yeah. Which one's right? I don't know.
Okay. Maybe
Yo,
it's 'cause
Levi.
I'm a woman
Boom.
and you're a guy.
So, oh, here we go. Well, we'll see what that's all about.
Oh, I don't know.
Yep. Yeah,
Okay.
got me a Kaiser blade.
Kaiser, yes. The next question. Oh, sorry. So that was for Anita. Thank you very much for your question,
Stick
Anita.
around. We'll keep answering it in different ways
Yeah.
on other people's
I've got
things.
2 strawberry bits so far. I hope I remember them by the end.
Yep.
Right. The next question is from Dream Driven Day Sizzle.
Yes.
Identity and expansion.
Hoo-ha.
Sizzle asks, would you help me in experiencing expansion of me in an identity? Or do I just expand myself as faceless and formless? Thank you, Victorian 20. I love you both.
All right, this is going to be the most
both love you as well.
abstract answers today, right?
Yeah.
Ready, guys? So,
Yes.
years ago, I manifested up the digital marketer people come to Australia, right? Because I wasn't getting on a plane. I got tired of getting on planes. Plus, I couldn't leave the country for a couple of years while I was going through the immigration thing, you know? They said, if you want to become a citizen, you got to be here for like 4 years in a row or something like that. And I'm like, rightio. So, I imagined up the digital marketer people coming to Australia. And they did. Now here's the cool thing, right? When you go to a digital marketer conference in Australia, at least, people wear suits. They all have name tags and business cards that say Bob Jones, CEO.
Well, it's like a Scientology meeting or something.
Yeah, I mean, it's really a lot of fun, right?
Yeah.
So they're all like, "Hey, I'm Bob Jones, CEO." Right? You know that. This is my brother Dick Jones. He's El Presidente, right? I'm like, oh, this is good fun.
What did yours just say? Mr. 2020.
I don't even have a business card, right? I got a name tag that says 2020 on it, and I dress like this, right?
But always VIP. No.
Yeah. I'm always in the VIP section. I like getting
Yeah.
spit on by people like Perry Belcher.
Yeah,
You know, I figure there's transmission
spit.
there. You know, you get
Yeah.
in the you get the grace of the guru that way.
Yeah.
So here's the fun thing. So I'm there, and I notice all these people. They've got little tiny. I mean, they feel they're little and tiny, and they're asserting they're really big, and you can see it in their structure. You know what I mean? It's like, I'm Bob Jones, CEO.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, how you doing? I'm Mr. 2020. Yeah. Right. Now here's the thing. I hang out with Bob Jones, CEO, at lunchtime or something like that, and I find out Bob Jones, CEO, is hoping to get some sort of business kind of maybe moving. And he's like, "What do you do?" I just make money online, and I'm doing pretty fucking good, but because I'm actually doing what they teach here. I'm teaching what they do, and I'm doing what they teach. But here's the fun thing: your size. So what you are ultimately, Sizzle, is massive. Okay, your eternity. But what you get to do is shrink down into the size of a day. And in the size of a day, you get to notice, are you trying to cram too much in? Or are you trying to leave too much out? With any type of identity, any type of chunk sizing, you get to discover how to let it be flexible, how to let it be fun. Because some CEOs, I mean, literally, I think of like Bob and his other brother Bob, CEO and El Presidente, and it's like, you know what, these guys, yeah, I can just tell they're struggling. I mean, they've got expensive suits on, they're doing all this stuff, but they're too fucking stiff.
They've got initials. Yeah, got
Yeah,
you.
they've got all these fucking letters. I love when people send me letters. Yeah, they sign up for a course and they send me a letter, and their signature has like 42 different
I
designations
know, it's
after
on
it.
their business
It's like
profile.
it's like, I'll be honest, I love you either way, but I could give a shit about all your alphabet soup. Right?
Alphabet soup.
You know, like I want to get to know you. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
So, like at the end of the day, you get to discover where can you play when it comes to identity that feels fun.
Because it's really actually the reverse, isn't it? Because I get that Sizzle's saying experience expansion of me in an identity.
Exactly.
And you're saying really we're expansive everywhere.
Yep, you get to shrink
Naturally.
into an identity.
So then you chunk down, it's like into...
Yeah, loving husband, that's a chunk down. Loving teacher, loving puppy dad, loving teacher, or loving puppy dad under pressure.
Ooh.
A little bit different, right?
Loving husband under pressure. Oh, I'm going in the garden. No.
By the way, we joke about it, but it's true, right? That's the fun thing.
Yeah.
So that's where I'd play. That's what I'd notice. And here's the fun thing, right? So years ago, we set up our corporation that owns a trust, or a trust that owns a corporation. I don't even know, but Graham set all that stuff up.
Yeah.
And he's like, so, 20, what what do you want to be, right? CEO, treasurer, or whatever. I'm like, fuck, man, I really don't care. Like, I don't need important titles, right? I know she and I drive the bus. We take turns. Maybe I'm navigating more one day and she's driving more. One day she's driving more and I'm navigating the other way around. Doesn't matter. Either way, no matter what. Here's what I know. The wheels on the bus go round and round. And if I could, I would have had Graham just title me as bus driver. Because that's all I do. I just drive a bus. I don't need CEO or PTSD or RN
Anything.
or any of that stuff.
Yeah.
So play with identities in ways that allows you to expand, allows you to experience some contraction in some cool ways. And I know this is the most esoteric question today, but here we are. We're going to tie it into your day. What identities can you slide into today and then get out of, and then slide into another one and get out of? Like literally, loving husband expands and then drops into loving teacher and then expands and falls into...
I think that's what I love about that dream-driven day lesson. Just roll over and float.
Yep. Nice.
Because it's almost like when you roll over and just float, when you imagine that, you're the
open right up.
Everything. You're so expansive. And then it's like, almost like, okay, I'm now going to roll over and it's like you were saying, drop down into this identity or something.
Yep, totally.
Yeah, I love that.
Triple D Jess is here. She just signed back up. Boom.
Good on you, Jess. Hiya, Hope.
Hope.
All right, so
Remarkable.
that was Dream Driven Day, SYZZLE. Thank you very much for your question, SYZZLE.
All righty-o. I tossed up a remarkable little update, little personal thing today. Those who want to go check it out, boom. In Remarkable.
Really?
Yes.
Was it?
Hey, we got
you
some
posted
here.
in the right group.
Yep. Yeah,
Cool.
Chunking down.
Good on ya.
Here we go, round and round.
The next question is for Manifesting Mastery, Kadra. Kadra. One scene per session.
Yes.
Kadra asks, hi there, TTMV. Does one wish per scene, one scene per session, apply to experiencing multiples of the same thing? If I'm remembering when multi-property ownership was a big deal, do I experience each property and their differences, or can an all-encompassing multi-property ownership while nailing each difference in environment and layout play just as well? General down to specific. Thank you, and I appreciate you.
So let's make it about your day as a property manager, owner, whatever it is you want to be, right? So if we make it about your identity, make it about your day, at the end of your day, I mean, if you still own, if you did own, whatever it is, you had a great day doing your thing. You're looking forward to the next day doing your thing. You know what I mean? You got to know all the properties. You got to know all the people in the properties. You got to know who made the properties. You know who the cleaner of the properties is. It just gets infinitely complex versus, what's your desire? If your desire is to own multiple properties, cool. There's just that. One of my desires is having multiple cool programs going on at once that don't overwhelm my time. But I don't imagine who's in each one and all that stuff. I can't keep track of any of that. I just like radio. We'll play a little Remarkable, play a little here. At the end of my day, I feel satisfied. At the end of my day, here's what usually happens. I'm in bed going, ooh, there's something I got to share with that group tomorrow. Yeah, so I'm getting into that eager anticipation of tomorrow. So I wouldn't bother imagining anything about the properties. I'd make it about you and your day. Boom. And Kadra is planning on getting in Triple D.
Oh, excellent, Kadra.
DreamDrivenDay.com.
She actually signed it off. Thank you, and I appreciate it. Manifesting Mastery, Kadra. And then in brackets, aka 20's nickname.
Says.
So, yeah.
Alrighty.
Cool.
That was fun.
Excellent. So thank you, Kadra, for your question.
By the way, notice again how things get weirdly weird, complex, heady, hard. But if you bring it down to your day, right, as a property owner, as a multiple property owner, how do you fall asleep at night? Right? I got to find me another plumber because I need 2 plumbers to handle all this shit. I already got 1 good plumber. How can I have 2 good plumbers? right? Imagine maybe you're just pulling a bit at night and you imagine what's it feel like to have all the resources you need. Maybe you belong to a BNI group or something like that to get you all your people. Who knows? But you'll know. You'll find your thing. So, Kadra says, love that.
Cool. Excellent.
So this is the fun thing. See, in my mind, Kadra is very like German, right? So it's like,
And
yeah. Hey, 20, how you doing? 20, it's Kadra. Hey, Kadra, what's happening? Yeah. And probably Kadra is really like all like, Kadra.
Yeah.
Ba 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 ba.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? So this is my world. Floated in my pool and knew the other places were fine. See, there we go. Nice.
Lovely.
Boom.
Okay, excellent. Thanks for your question, Kadra. And the last question today is Camilla on Facebook.
Go away.
It's okay, Bubs.
It's all right.
Neighbours from hell. And Camilla asks, I'd love to get out of this loop of recreating neighbours from hell. I know it's all coming from me and I want to create a beautiful home environment. I get so caught up over the idea that I'm supposed to accept people as they are.
I'm sorry.
Yes.
Yes.
When I try to sort out what I really want, I'm so focused on what I want my neighbours to stop doing, or I want them to fuck off and go away, or I want to own a massive property and not see or hear any humans ever again.
Radio.
So that's it for Camilla.
I really like this because, again, when you let it be about you and your day, this gets so easy. What do you want in your day? I can pretty much guarantee it's not to see another human ever being again.
No.
You know what I mean? Like,
it's like you were saying about how Tesla put someone in space and you made a joke how it'd be great if we all dressed up as apes when they arrived back.
Oh, yeah, William Shatner. Yeah.
So that there'd be no humans.
Oh, yeah, well, they took Bill Shatner up to space and bring him back down to the Planet of the Apes. Oh, wouldn't that be cool? I mean, I saw that on the Facebook. That'd be great fun. So what do you really want? If you chunk it into you and you chunk it into the size of your day, it gets so much easier. Like, literally, like, here's what I imagine up. Ready? Eating lamb with Victoria for lunch. Yeah, you know my Joseph Goddard thing, right? Before I get out of bed in the morning, 6 to 12, 5 to 10, half a dozen to a dozen wishes. Specific events of today already haven't gone my way. Imagine just the podcast was awesome. I'm getting your feedbacks, right? I'm imagining the show was awesome. Getting your feedbacks, people signing up for manifestingmasterycourse.com and dreamdrivenday.com because the show was great and it impressed them, made them think I'm intelligent and stuff.
Intelligent.
Right?
Yes.
But with all that, it's like, what do you really want during your day? Now, here's the thing. I don't imagine anything about my neighbors. I don't have to. No. I got a great neighbor because I imagined up her yum. I imagined up a lovely garden. I imagined up happy puppies. I imagined up, BMW owner.
So because of all of those things we've got fantastic neighbours.
Yeah, I could. I wouldn't have happy dogs if I had a dickhead neighbor. Yeah. I couldn't have lunch outside if I had a dickhead neighbor.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I couldn't do this show if I had a dickhead neighbor. It's always over there sharpening up his chainsaw.
Knocks on the door now.
Yeah, I'm gonna knock on your door with my chainsaw, right? Yeah.
Sling back. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sling blade.
Yeah, it wouldn't work, right? But I don't even imagine anything about my neighbor. It's like I don't have room for shitty neighbors because I imagine up a great life. How do I imagine up a great life? Remember, if we make it about the life, that happens. You go into trance. But if you make it about your day, what do I imagine about my day? Remember, dreamdrivenday.com. 30 people, 30 days of play. I have great neighbors because I imagine up her yum. I imagine up great neighbors because I imagine up a happy puppy. I imagine up, a lovely garden. Yeah,
right.
Boom. Great neighbors have to be a part of that. Or dead neighbors. Kaiser blade.
That's right.
Huh. So
that was from
that was it.
Camilla. Thank you very much. I hope it's not. Well,
Prince
Charles is Camilla.
I hope we haven't scared you off at dreamdrivenday.com.
No.
All right.
So thank you for your question, Camilla. And what we want to know is tell us what was your... Oh, can I get him?
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Hashtag strawberry bets.
Says.
And I'll go, I think I can still remember. I think I can still remember the two things. So one was I loved how...
You got 2 strawberry bits.
Well, sort of.
That's almost against the law.
It probably winds in together, but like the first few were all about revision. And what I love is how, well, firstly, of course, like with, I want to revise never having been married or whatever, it's like, or not being married, it's like, what's happened, for me, I believe, what's happened. Like, that's your history. It's like, you can't change events.
We've all been there.
You can revise your reaction to those events. So, that's a strawberry bit combined with, I know it came up on, I think, yesterday's show, but how nostalgia can be so sweet with that. Because you could look back on your history, your past, and zoom in on all the crap, or it could be just look back, pick out those cut, because that's your reaction to it. Use nostalgia. Be nostalgic about your past of a few things. Do you know what I mean? You're not trying to change that it ever was, but yeah, it's that bittersweetness of nostalgia that I love.
Yeah, we were talking about that during yesterday's Yum.
Yes.
Yeah, we were.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I think that was the two sort of combined into one, and there might be more after you say yours, but yeah.
Alrighty.
Okay, off you go, babe.
I'm going to run with your nostalgia thing just for a second, then I'll do mine. We both have exes.
We do.
And when we were getting married, at that point, I reached out to mine. Mine was helping me tremendously with a lot of things to help things move in here. And you reached out to Pete somewhere on that time,
I
right?
did. I remember it got delivered the day before the weekend.
Right. And,
Yes.
and it was pretty cool because, like, here we are, we're both reaching out to exes, and I'm hearing about, like, their life. She's telling me about their life and how he is and everything else. And it was like, oh, that guy's a prick. It was like, oh, yeah, this is how he was imbalanced.
Yeah.
Just like 20, right?
Yeah, it was him, but that's fine.
But it was fun because it's like, I got to hear about their dogs, how they lived, what they did, and she knows, like, all my stories and stuff too. And it's like that whole thing of like, were there some bad things in the past? Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Right? We're talking like a sling blade, right? But at the same time, it's like, that's the past.
Yep.
And whenever you can let that go nostalgically, what am I giving life to today?
Yeah.
For today, for today. Because that'll echo into your future, right? And that's a big one for both of us. That whole thing of, like, when you can nostalgically look back and it's like, yeah, like there's just some giggle moments. And there's some sad moments. And there's some that, you can just, just don't bother being bothered by it.
Yeah.
Because if you're bothered by it, then you're bringing bothered into your life today.
Yeah.
What'd your neighbors do yesterday? Here's what I like. People, by the way, nobody ever calls me with that, right? Let me tell you what my neighbors did yesterday. Are they doing it now? No? Then shut the fuck up, right? Because I can guarantee if they're telling me, oh, I did what they did, and tomorrow, hey, guess what my neighbors did yesterday? Well, you mean today, right? Like, it just... Yeah, it's all about your day. Yeah. It's all about your day. I think my favorite thing about today's show was I think, successfully able to always bring it back to Dream Driven Day. Not just as a commercial, but even if you don't get in, some people refuse to get in anything, that's fine, right?
Yeah.
Never doing nothing ever, right?
Yeah. Not spending my money.
Not spending no monies, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let this be about your day. Whatever you're doing, just notice is who you're learning it from and is what you're doing about today. If not, let it be about today. Let it be about today. Let it be about today. And my God, you can, taters.
Well, I was going into the other one.
Remington.
That girl.
Yeah, that's right. A kooky little white guy.
That's right. I love it. Okay, you guys, so that was our hashtag Strawberry Bits. While you type in yours, go to freenever.com.
By the way, Lisa Ann LaRock just says join DreamDrivenDay.com.
Thanks, Lise.
Right?
Yeah.
We're going to start sharing a whole bunch of the videos we've done with a whole bunch of y'all. Yeah, because it just helps people catch the wave. We did a great one with Lisa a while back. So DreamDrivenDay.com.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Victoria. Sorry.
Subscribe to the 221 email list and get a pseudo-random email. That's not at DreamDrivenDay.com. That's at freenever.com.
Yes.
Get a pseudo-random email every single day until you die.
That's right.
Yeah. Join our 90-day adventure at manifestingmasterycourse.com.
Yes.
And for refunds, visit our YouTube channel, feelitrealfun.com.
I'm going to toss a distinction out real quick. Ready? So, manifestingmasterycourse.com. You can join that anytime. 90-day adventure. It's pretty much a solo show. We send you a daily email, yada, yada, yada. It takes 15 minutes a day, 90 days, all that good stuff. Most people send us a personal update every 7 days. Dream Driven Day, on the other hand, is 30 days of play. It starts November the 8th. 30 people get to play with us for 30 days. Private Facebook group, 3 group calls, yada, yada, yada. It's a very totally different content, different structure. Yeah, it's a very different thing. And if you miss out on this one coming up starting November the 8th, don't wait till the 8th to join. Do it now. What's going to happen is you're going to wait. And you're going to wait till January, February, March, right?
3 months.
Well, from now. I said November, December, January, February. Yeah,
Well,
they're going to wait a while. I might try to pull it together in February. We'll find out.
Yeah.
But you'll be waiting. And you'll be saying, double T, what about? And I'll be saying, hey, it's too bad. Right? So, don't be a waiter.
I think it was Valerie who said DDD is life-changing. Thank you.
Totally.
Yeah.
She's done it a couple times.
Yeah.
Yep.
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 Yep. Lisa
Hello,
LaRock. DDD is life-changing.
Elizabeth McShane.
Jess, hands down. That's right. Boom, yeah. Elizabeth Huber. That's right.
I think I did the last. I think that's actually.
That's it. We're out of here.
All it. So.
Now we're going to go deal with the fridge man.
Fridge man, Timmy man, all sorts of men.
Yeah, well, we don't know if Timmy's coming over or not.
No.
We'll find
Okay.
out. All right.
Have a great day, night, weekend.
That's
We'll
right,
catch you next
Levi.
week.
Boom.
Love you.